Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, quick as flash, Tinubu has responded to the story that broke that he had been complaining of spending 35 billion naira on Buhari's elections. Is almost certainly going to be a denial. So now let's find out. As guys, I bring you this. Tinubu speaks on spending 35 billion naira for Buhari's elections. So that's the headline that we're contending with. As I said, almost likely to be a denial. Tinubu speaks on spending 35 billion naira for Buhari's elections. So now let's see now what explanation he's got for us. The national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC has denied reports that he spent 35 billion naira on President Muhammadu Buhari's presidential election campaigns. In a statement signed by his media aide, Tunde Rahman, the popular Lagos politician denied describing the president as ungrateful. It had been reported that Tinubu was lamenting on the phone to a friend and fellow APC chieftain, Bisi Akande, about the president's recent decision to dissolve the National Working Committee, NWC, of the party and allegedly spending 35 billion on Buhari's elections. The statement by Rahman reads, "The authors of the libelous report claimed Asiwaju made the allegation in a discussion with former APC interim chairman Chief Bisi Akande." The statement reads, "Firstly, no one person elected President Buhari. He was elected by the generality of Nigerian electorate. Asiwaju Tinubu would not arrogate to himself the commendable decision taken by the people. Also, that outlandish claim only existed in the imagination of the authors of the story. Asiwaju rooted for President Buhari's election in 2015 and re-election in 2019, along with other right-thinking political leaders and teaming members of APC and Nigerians across the country. He has no reason to regret the rightful decision or describe President Buhari as ungrateful. He remains steadfast in his support for the president and the programs and policies of his administration, as he has always been. Nothing has occurred to warrant any change of heart." The statement also highlighted on Tinubu's issue with former Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode. The report linked recent developments in APC to the fate suffered by former Governor Akinwumi Ambode in the 2019 governorship race in Lagos State, perhaps betraying where the authors were coming from. Asiwaju has put the events of 2019 behind him. He has moved on. Indeed, Lagos has moved on. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is providing good, purposeful and responsible leadership. Lagosians are enjoying the fruit of good governance under the able and dynamic Governor Sanwo-Olu. The statement reads, so me first think he protests too much. So now this is just the most ridiculous of things, and of course he made that telephone call to Bisi Akande to make this complaint. And the reason why I am certain is that this story broke on an obscure news outlet called Point Blank News. That was where this story broke, that Tinubu was complaining to Bisi Akande that Buhari is ungrateful and he had spent in excess of 35 billion naira on his 2 election campaigns. So this was what that story was in this obscure random news online outfit out there somewhere. Now, if that story had no validity, then Tinubu absolutely has no reason to even address it at all. It should not even come to his attention, never mind feeling the need to respond to it. But it has come to his attention, one, which is shocking in itself, and he has now felt the need to respond to it, which is shocking too. So this is a statement now put out by his media aide, Tunde Rahman, which now gives some sort of credibility and validity to that story, which had they ignored would have just disappeared as another fake news type story out there, one of the several countless speculations around the dynamics of the APC party and the interrelationship between Buhari and Tinubu. So that would have just been one of those random stories that nobody gives any heed, nobody pays any heed to. But by this now public statement issued by his press agent, his media aide, this now then tells us that there is substance to it. Because if he did not feel that there was substance to it, then he would not have responded. And if it did not happen, by the way, he would not have responded. So he felt the need to respond because the story is out there and there is a second party to that story, one, Bisi Akande, and there's now a third party to that story, whoever. So there might well be other people in that room when he made that phone call to Bisi Akande, and he doesn't know who amongst the people who might have been around would have broken that story or leaked it to the press. So that's the one part. Equally, there might also be people around Bisi Akande when he was taking that phone call, and he doesn't know who would amongst Bisi Akande's people would have leaked this story to the press. That's two. So another element is Buhari also has access to Bisi Akande, and he might well be persuaded to have a conversation with Buhari, either by inducement of bribe or just being jollied along. So he might also leak that conversation to Buhari and the cabal. So the story is out there now, and it's out there sufficiently to worry this guy to the point that he has now made a quick and swift public rebuttal. So this rebuttal, of course, adds credibility to that story. So there's absolutely no questioning the fact that that telephone conversation did take place. But how he now manages this information and how this information resonates within the ambers of the Nigerian political circle, especially the APC circles, is really where the intrigue is. Because one, Buhari is now aware that he has ruffled his feathers, and also El Rufai is aware that Tinubu's feathers has been ruffled, and all of his political enemies are aware that Tinubu's feathers had been ruffled, and they ruffled his feathers by removing his man from the chairmanship position in the party. Oshiomhole, of course, we're talking about the short little man from Edo State. So they removed him now, rescued the party, or retrieved, should I say. I'm not saying rescue, because damned if you do and damned if you don't. They are equally criminals on both sides of the divide, so nobody is rescuing anything from anybody. So wrestle is the word we're going to use. So they've wrestled the party out of his hands by that swift move, and this new guy they have put in charge, Victor Giadam, is now making very quick and swift changes to the party that will completely decimate Tinubu's influence right across the party. And if APC is taken completely away from Tinubu, Tinubu cannot go to PDP. That's an absolute impossibility. And if he did try to set up a new political party, it's too late in the day now, because the drumbeat of 2023 is already beaten. So he cannot now set up a new political structure to attack 2023 with his person, with him being the arrowhead of that presidential seat. So they've cast him out in the cold, effectively, is what we are seeing now. And the bite of that cold is sending shivers through his body to the point that he has felt the need to reach out to a friendly face with this phone call, this lamentation phone call that is made to Bisi Akande, which has now come out in the public space and now added to his problems. Conversations in the comment section. Mythos think he protests too much. So the protestation, of course, adds credibility to the story. That is my own reckoning. But what is yours? That is what I am interested in. Come share thoughts. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well if you are enjoying these videos, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. So haven't done all three, then come tell me now where you weigh in this telephone conversation. Did it take place? Did it not take place? And if it did take place, what does it mean? All of this up for discussions in the comment section, so come join me there. So I'll leave you here, carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.